Thank you to all and all of our partners, and for Carnival City for hosting the biggest MMA promotion on the African continent. And congratulations to all the athletes who took part tonight. It was a night of great fights. I'll now be announcing the prize-winning athletes from EFC Africa 19. The winner of submission of the night is Friedrich Newman. He finished about 1 minute 22 seconds into the first round by way of key lock. Well done. The winner of knockout of the night is Soos Grabele. He knocked out his opponent 23 seconds into the first round. And fight of the night is awarded to the featherweight clash between Marcus Talliard and Peter Nyedi. And the winning gym that showed the most support tonight is CIT, with second place going to FFM and third place going to the Smiths. Well done, guys. Please raise your hands if you have any questions for myself or for any of the athletes.
The first question to Tyron. That stoppage, do you think it was premature?
Look, the ref has only split seconds to make a decision. I think it was a bit premature, but, it was a war. Well done to Dino, he did well. He caught me, he did flash me. When I went down, I was okay. But that's the fight game, We fight, we do what we have to do, and the ref makes a decision. And I understand that he's only got 10 milliseconds or whatever the story is to make a decision. So, I'm not happy with the decision. But hell, it's fighting, so we just go with the flow, and what? Congrats to Dino. It was a hell of a war, bro. And I think we must do it again, Let's. I think we need to do a straight-on rematch, and do it again with a good referee. No, I'm joking. He's a good ref. He's a good ref. Cool, man.
And then the second question to Cairo. Short notice, Adam Speechley beat Martin van Staden. What happened to the welterweight division now?
Man, first of all, the man is a beast. I don't know how you fight. I don't know how someone fights you, Adam. You're just all over them. Obviously, we're going to look at the welterweight division now. We've got Dino and Adam and Michiel. They all train a little bit together, so we're going to see what happens from there. But it's a super exciting division, so there's a lot of opportunities there.
My question is for Dino Bagattin. What was your strategy going in? And at any stage during the rounds, did you feel like you were getting into trouble?
I think, first round was, I expected him to shoot for the takedown straight. I didn't think that he was gonna try and stand with me. So I was more calm. I didn't use my hands properly in the first round, and that's how he caught me. I was actually quite surprised. I think the strategy was to just first feel him out in the first round, then work a few kicks, then clinch and take him down. But I think after he put me on my back a few times, then I just used more of my kicks. Then on the clinch, I felt I was a bit stronger than him, and my wrestling was in par with his, so I was fortunate enough to get the top position. Please repeat.
The second question?
Please repeat your question.
Did you feel like you were in trouble?
Yes, very much so.
Hi, this is for Demart. Hey, Demart, can you just take us through those knockdowns? What were you going through?
When he hit me, oh my God, it felt like a brick. Someone swung a brick at me. And after the first round, I was just seeing everything was blurry. The whole fight, I was just trying to see where he's going, feeling the fight, because I couldn't see at all. So yeah, it was really, really hard.
What do you think got you through?
In life, it's very important to always keep going regardless of how hard things may be, because it's not always going to be the way you plan it. So you have to keep pushing through, and that's what makes you a champion.
Could you comment a little on your training? I mean, you had a huge gas tank there. You had huge instinctive reserves. Can you say something about how you think you developed that for yourself?
I think it's, I have quite an intelligent coach, and our training has changed tremendously. Our training has become very scientific, and we're doing less of the stuff that doesn't really work in MMA, more of what actually is gonna help you be a better fighter and also prolong your career as an MMA athlete. So the training has changed a lot, and we're doing quite more MMA specific training. And Richard Kwan is quite clever with that stuff. So I'm quite fortunate to have him as a head coach.
Thank you.
I have a question for Adam. Right here. Hi, Adam. So maybe there was sort of a sense or a feeling that you might have been on a losing streak or something like that. But with the exception of Abdullah Hamdan, those were all title fights. They were not just easy fights. They were title fights. Did you ever feel like you were on a downhill streak or anything? I don't think so.
Yeah, I'll push it down.
Technical oaks, okay. Yeah, look, I mean, it's. I know they were never considered losses, but you know, when you go in there and you put the effort in that you do, you know, as much as you know, this is the sport that we do and we love it. Like, you know, you want to come away with the wins, you know, and like sometimes, you know, especially when you don't fight, when there's that long an interval between fights, you know, you kind of forget what it's like to win. So when you feel it again, it really is. It's just such a great feeling, and you know, especially against someone of the standard of Martin van Staden, you know, coming in hungry the way he was, you know, it really it means so much to me. And I mean, I just have to, you know, just to have that feeling again. Of course, I'm gonna compare it to my previous fights and say thank you so much.
Excellent, but yeah, I think they were all really high-profile fights, and I think you've been doing amazing. And then losing a title fight, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. That's just amazing. A question to Cairo. From the very, very first fight, the prelim fights, I felt were probably some of the best prelim fights you guys have ever had. The quality is just so fantastic.
Awesome.
Wow. So overall, from the very first fight to the last fight, I think the standard was fantastic. If you look at the EFC's production and professionalism, I think it ranks in professionalism, at least with the UFC. How do you feel the fighters and the quality of the fighters in South Africa and in the EFC are ranking internationally at the moment?
There's no doubt that the skill levels improved rapidly, and you see it with every single show that we do. And you know, looking at someone like Henry Felipe, who came over from Ireland, you know, he's a champion over there, and he came over and it came out as a draw. So it shows that our guys are on par and really not even just competitive, but they can, you know, be winning on the international stage.
Excellent stuff. Thank you.
Yeah.
My question is for Cairo. Cairo, is there a reason why the next EFC is on a Thursday night?
Yeah, we're gonna yeah, we're looking, you know, we're still working on broadcast deals at the moment, and we're looking at changing it up a bit. We used to have our shows on Thursdays. It worked very well for us. We've been on Fridays now for a while, and we're looking to go back to a Thursday, try something different. And yeah, we're looking forward to it again. I think we actually had a really good response on Thursdays. We've had quite a lot of fans asking for it. Saying that Fridays also work for us too. We're not sure where we're going to sit yet. Might bounce around a bit, but next show is going to be on Thursday 27th.
And my next question is for Wenzel. Wenzel, are you going to continue fighting, or was this your last fight?
Basically, I have to go back to my medical staff and reassess my injury. And then obviously I need to discuss with EFC management, because basically this whole fight camp actually cost me more than I'm getting paid to fight tonight. So basically it comes to a decision where financially it's viable for me to fight, and the downfall is I love the sport. So it's a fine line at the moment.
I've got a question for Wenzel. Hey Wenzel, could you talk us through the fight from your point of view? How was it going? You started off really strongly, and then things started to change maybe halfway through the third round.
Basically, the plan was to hurt Demati badly in the first 2 rounds, because during my preparation for this fight, we've established that every 45 minutes that I go badly into spasm. So the planning was to warm up for basically 15 minutes and then try to fight as hard as I can before I get into trouble. But then basically in the third round when Marty started throwing the head kicks, my shoulder lifted up and touched my ear, and that aggravated the whole thing. And basically from there downwards I couldn't clinch, I had no power in my hand. But that's not why I lost. At the end of the day, Marty utilized all his skills and he overpowered me, and yeah, basically I saw my ass from there.
In terms of Tyrant's stoppage, one could say that when Demar got knocked down, either one of them, it was quite similar. Do you at all feel like there was a chance that the ref could have gone your way, perhaps?
Listen, if I had Tyrant's ref, Marty would have not have the belt, and I think Marty will attest to that. Because at one stage when I was landing elbows on the mat, he was moaning hard, and I actually felt sorry for him, and I was hoping the ref stopped the fight, because when someone goes, then, you know, I'm a human being, and he's a fighter, and you don't really want to hurt the other oak. You actually hope the ref stopped the fight quick so you don't have to inflict that much pain.
What's your response to that, Demar?
I don't remember the morning though.
Well, you did say that you couldn't really see well for quite a while. Maybe something happened and you didn't know.
When he did hit me in the first round, I couldn't see for the rest of the fight. It was quite just blurry. So I just tried to like focus in one point and just push through. But it's just part of the game, you know.
Thank you. Okay, I've got a question for Cairo. Lightweight division, Leon Maynard. I mean, he was extremely dominant tonight. How far away do you think he is from a title shot again?
I just love watching Leon fight. It's like watching like Tekken. You guys just throwing combinations and spinning back kicks and fists. It's awesome. Great display from him, on top form. You know, obviously Dom Madge is up next against Costa, but we'll see where to go with Leon from there. But you know, the guy's right up at the top.
Thank you.
I have a question for Wenzel. Wenzel, Yo. For a featherweight, you look really, really big. How big is your weight cut, and how do you think that affects your performance?
The second question, performance, Marty, he can attest that I wasn't even breathing heavily. I mean, his last 3 weeks, I was training at 18,000 feet every day for 2 hours. I mean, fitness, I was with Marty all the way, like I promised before the fight. And your first question, what was that again?
The weight cut. How big of a weight cut?
Basically, my weight cut is about 6 kilos. The last 4 kilos is over 6 days. But this afternoon, when I weighed in my room, I was back on 73 again. All my years of wrestling, I'm very blessed with putting weight back on without damaging my performance. So, yeah, the weight cut didn't affect me, not at all. I mean, I think Marty can honestly say that I pushed him hard for this fight. And he can honestly say I think he really had to fight hard to keep that belt tonight.
Source, I have a question for you right on over here. Really cool, entertaining fight. 23 seconds into the first round. You've made quite a mark in the heavyweight division, I think. Who do you see yourself needing to win to prove a title shot?
Well, as I said in the fight interview, the first fight I had with Ricky, I wasn't welcomed off stage that well, so I felt I had to prove a point. We went into that fight to show EFC and its community that you've got a big boy here that's can taking it, and I showed that. And tonight I showed I'm a big boy that can give it. So whoever EFC feels that I must fight, I'll fight them with consultation with my management. Whatever they feel need to do to get my way up there, I'm in no hurry. As you guys have seen, I don't talk big, I don't talk ill. That stuff jumps up and bites you. So it's not my style. I'm humble. I respect each and every one that does this. These guys are warriors. There flew a few comments around this week about the health state of some fighters that had to get out. People nearly don't know what we go through to put up a show, and we put ourselves through a lot. It's because we love it and we want to do it, and we want to help grow the sport. So whatever EFC feels that I must do to contribute and to give me my shot eventually, I'll do it. But I'm in no hurry. Whatever they feel that I need to do, I'll do that. So I'm a guest of this organization and glad and honored to be here.
Question for Cairo. Can you comment on perhaps who Saul should face next?
He made a big statement tonight. Like he said, last time he showed he took a lot of punishment and came back. Today he dished it out, and he dished it out quickly. I think someone like Bernardo Makishi would be an awesome matchup for someone like Staden. So we'll see.
Someone's sleep with that fight.
And on the same sort of topic, Boyd Allen, he was incredibly dominant tonight. He openly said he's looking for tougher opponents, but he shares a stable with the champion. Can you comment on that?
Yeah, I mean, we've discussed this before. In the end, they're not going to fight each other from what we understand. So if that's going to be the position, then as long as DeMart's champion, then Boyd's going to have to fight, whoever's available for him. At the same time, we're going to give him the best fights we can, but we also have an obligation to build contenders for DeMart. So it's a bit of a problem for them, not so much of a problem for us, but it's something that they just have to live with.
Well, could you then comment on that, DeMart?
Boyd beats me up every week, so I don't really want to fight him.
But surely you can see that there's an issue. I mean, something needs to give. He's incredibly talented, and he's in a lower orbit really than he should be.
Yeah, Boyd is a hard-working individual. He's big featherweight, amazing striker. I respect him so much. It's unfortunate. I actually spoke to EFC to drop to bantamweight, but then they didn't want me to drop because I have the belt. Because I wouldn't mind dropping to bantam and that Boyd, because he's a deserving athlete. So I respect him a lot and I love him a lot. He's like a brother to me. So I wouldn't fight him because he'll beat me up.
Kyra, can you comment then on the bantamweight division, and do you think that would at some point be a legitimate thing to do?
I think it would be at the point if DeMart loses, for a champion just to drop his title and relinquish it and go somewhere. It makes it vacant and it kills the division for us. Makes no sense. So as long as DeMart keeps winning, DeMart's going to be the champion.
Kyra, a question for you again, and this is a very contentious issue. Fighter safety and stoppages, and whether a stoppage is too soon or too late. And I know you guys don't at all control the referees, but we all know that it doesn't matter how many very serious injuries there are on the rugby field. It takes one serious injury in the cage to create a huge bad vibe around cage fighting. What is in place in terms of referees to make sure that stoppages do happen? I personally feel rather a little bit too soon than a little bit too late.
Well, I mean, you can ask Tyrone Lightfoot what he thinks about that. I think the guys are on the spot. They do the best that they can at the time. It's a high-pressure situation, but they are trained to be there. They've got loads of experience. They work after every event to get better and better. And like you said, I'd rather be stopped a bit too early than a bit too late. Fighter safety comes first. Yes, Tyrone. and it's working. I don't think we have an issue there. Obviously, there's always room for improvement in everything, in every aspect of what we do, and that is one of the aspects that does need to improve and will improve with every show.
I have a question for Dino. Dino. Hey. I
was getting bored here.
What's your take on the decision? I mean, you also got rocked in that fight. Things maybe could have gone Tyron's way. Can you talk us through your take on the situation?
I stayed on my feet.
Talk us through the fight. It was a massively hyped fight. What was going on for you? How did it go?
No, look, a lot of mud was thrown. We hyped the fights as best we could. We tried to sell tickets. That's what is expected of us. But I knew Tyron was going to bring it. He came strong. He came hard. He landed some good shots. I think what it came down to was maybe my punches were a bit better. I don't think the ref stopped it too soon. When I climbed on top of him, it looked like he had enough. But he's a tough boy, really tough. He brought his A game. He caught with some really good shots. But yeah, that's the way it went on the evening, eh?
Thank you.
Milton, can I just comment on the ref stoppages? Just in terms of what I feel, is that yes, there have been incidences in the past where you have had athletes that due to late stoppages have landed themselves with some serious injuries. But I think a lot of the time there's a lot of ignorance around the subject, and you know, a lot of the time whenever there's those serious injuries where you've got people with resultant brain damage, that's usually over long term and also from irresponsible weight cuts, where you're taking fluid off the brain and then you're getting in there dehydrated, and you know, then you're setting yourself up for trouble. And you know, I think where the sport's gotten to now, if you look at compared to the first couple of shows, everyone here is a professional athlete. When we get in there, we know what this is about. We know that we can get knocked out, and to be honest, I think you don't want a decision to go away of, oh yeah, no, I knocked him out, but you know, it was a close call. You want to know, you know, if you lose, you win or lose, you want to know it was a proper stoppage. You don't want it to be a case of if the ref didn't stop it, if the ref didn't do this. That shouldn't be a factor for us. We want it to be a dead set result, and that's what fighting is about.
Can I also just lay an egg on this? I just want to bring something in perspective to you guys. If you look at a rugby match, you've got 30 blokes, 1 referee, 2 linesmen. We 2 fighters, 1 referee, 3 judges. What's the safest?
TMO.
I've got a question for Martin. Hey, Martin. Yeah, tonight and this week, they've been a big week for you. You were preparing for a whole other fight, a whole other world really, and things changed and things haven't gone your way. How are you feeling about this past week?
You know, disappointed, very disappointed in my performance. You know, Adam came out, did what he needed to do, kept me on my back. You know, he played to his strengths and to my weaknesses, and I say weaknesses, but he did a very good job. Mentally, you know, if opponent changes, you know, you try and prepare best you can. You know, he's a southpaw, Michiel was a right-hander. You take it as it comes. Didn't work my way. At the end of the day, get back on the horse, keep punting at it.
I got a question for Tyron. Tyron, I'd like to ask you, I'm over here, yeah, a little bit to the left, to your left, okay.
Over there.
Okay, from the south to the north, but it's all right. I'd like to know, is the smack talk really worth it? Like from your point of view?
Look, the smack talk is all about getting you guys into the crowd, you know. If without the smack talk, where's the fun in it, you know? So, I mean, me and Dino, we knew there was going to be smack talk. It's nothing personal between fighters. We go through a camp, we know how hard it is, our families know how hard it is. Yeah. You know, my wife, my child, I don't spend a lot of time with them. It's hard for fighters. So when we talk, you know what, it's just go with it and get the fans inside there. I have no disrespect for Dino, as much as we said what we said to each other. It's all about the game, and that's how it goes. So, and I wish a lot of other fighters would do it as well. It's nothing personal.
So it's worth it?
Hell yes.
From the south to the north?
That don't make a difference. You could be a southpaw, I'll still go you anyways. Who cares?
Cool, man. Cool.
Hype sells fights. That's my motto.
Kyra, I have a comment for you. It's very nice to end an event before 12. I enjoyed it. I'm not sure about the rest, but I thought it was a very good idea.
It's awesome.
from a fighter's point of way, it's awesome. I mean, I can remember my first title fight was at 12:30. Normally that time I was supposed to wet my bed.
Any more questions, anyone?
Why don't we go to bed now? Eh?
What's going to happen in the welterweight division now? Who's going to face Michiel?
I don't really have that answer for you now. You know, obviously it's up between Adam and Dino. Again, yeah, again, you know, it's the camps and training together. Both of them are right up there. I would say, you know, Dino right now on the spot would be my first pick, but let's see how it goes.
And the light heavyweight division, what's happening there?
We've got a great matchup with Gideon Drosky and Donnie van Heerden coming up in June, and I think that's going to be the winner of that's going to be challenging JP.
My question to you guys, did you guys enjoy the event? That's the most important thing.
Yeah. All right, thank you all for joining us, and we'll see you back here Thursday, 27th of June for EFC 20. Thank you.
Thursday, 27 June, Costa Ianu. Don Madge, Lightweight Championship, EFC Africa 20. The most dominant champion in EFC Africa history returns to the Hexagon to face the future of the lightweight division. Costa Ianu versus Don Madge. Undefeated in the Hexagon, Costa Ianu has defended his champion status against every single opponent placed in front of him. But a new breed of challenger has arrived in Don Madge, the most exciting striker on the continent. Will the undefeated Ianu once again stand victorious, or will the Muay Thai specialist dethrone the champ? Costa Ianu versus Don Madge, EFC Africa 20, Thursday, 27 June, Carnival City. Tickets and broadcast information at efcafrica.com.